Okay, we are now live. Stephen, welcome, Stephen, and welcome, Thorne Donnelly. We are now live on Rare Book Cafe. This is a dress rehearsal, and we are recording, and we'll be having this available later on. Stephen, okay. You were talking about. Tell us about your
the Rare Book Tie, which it's a dress rehearsal. Let me put the Windsor in, okay? This tie was the original prototype of what you saw in the A.B. Bookman's Weekly many years ago. Jake Chernovsky was down here for the Antiquarian Book Dealers, not the Antiquarian, the American Booksellers Association convention that was down here. When he came down, we were in communication quite a bit because I was in a hotel at the time that was down the street from his hotel, and that hotel was not finished, nor was it going to be finished by the time they got there. So I got him rooms in the hotel that I was in the entertainment director in, and I decided I wanted to leave them a couple of gifts in the room. So besides a bottle of rum and flowers for the girls, I left a bottle of rum and this necktie for Jake. Here, what's the, I wasn't going to give Jake flowers, so, this was the tie, okay? And Jake, during the convention, said to me, I love the idea of a tie. Find a material that's not so gaudy, and we'll do something with it. I never had time to find the material. He found it in New York, and the rest is history. But whoever's wearing that tie, you could have been wearing this one.
That's right.
You want, for the sake of dress rehearsal, you want to hear another public confession that nobody knows that's interesting?
I think that it's good. In fact, this, I think, could be a segment on this program, Stephen's Public Confessions.
A confession program.
Good for the soul.
I confess that this story is true. There's about half a dozen people that know it. Prior to the first Miami, and I asked this question: what should I be doing with my face in the camera here?
You should be looking. You should be looking at the camera. You're like as you are now, looking at the screen, because your face is beautiful, and we I
love me.
There's benefit to doing it. In fact, really, this format, because it is visual, we need that eye contact. That's important. That's a very important part of it.
Do you have the eye contact from me now because I'm looking at the camera? That should be eye contact. I should ignore the fact that I'm in this screen.
Right.
Okay.
Well, there are two other people on the screen with you. It's not all about you, Stephen.
No, I know.
There are two other people on there. So while you're looking at the screen, you're seeing those other people, and that gives us good eye contact.
Okay, my pet peeve with the politicians is they never give you eye contact. Prompt left, prompt right.
That's right.
So, all right. So looking at the camera and telling this story, this is a true confession. Many years ago, I did a book fair called Books on the Beach. Mike Slicker was there. Kathy was there. Sarah was there when she was a little girl and played under the tables with toys and books. Ken Lawrence, the autograph dealer, was there. John Dietrich was there. I think Jack Owen was there. And a bunch of others from Florida area were there. The book fair was a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you stayed in the hotel for $250, you got a booth and a room. And it was upstairs in what was then called the Compass Room. We did the book fair. It was okay. It's affectionately referred to as the Amaretto di Serrano book fair because in one of my other hats, I used to do liquor promotions, and at that time, I had pretty good contacts with liquor companies, and I got them to give me 2 cases of Amaretto di Serrano to give out at the fair in the form of samplings. Well,
I've heard another version of this story.
There's another version to that story, too. Enough people didn't attend the book fair to sample 2 cases. So every book dealer got a bottle of Amaretto. The story that you heard is a going home present. Right? That's the story you heard? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, that's affectionately referred to as the Amaretto di Serrano Book Fair. But if we ever got them for a sponsor in the future, which I wouldn't mind trying, we wouldn't call it Amaretto di Serrano anymore. We were on the cusp of when they changed their marketing strategy to Di Serrano Amaretto. Amaretto is the flavor, Di Serrano is the brand. But this confession has nothing to do with Amaretto di Serrano. This confession has to do with this. Friday and Saturday, weather was typical Miami Beach, absolutely gorgeous. Sunday was nice. Sunday afternoon, everybody was out of the room by Sunday afternoon. Sunday night, there was a torrential, and I emphasize the word torrential downpour. Monday morning, I had to go to work. So I get there, well, it was afternoon. I didn't go there in the morning. I was there 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I go up to the conference room because it's my responsibility to make sure that the conference room is left as it was and everything is restored because that was a multi-purpose room. I went into the conference room. I am wearing dress shoes, and for those of you who can believe it, I had to wear a three-piece suit and all kinds of other stuff. Costume changes, we called it. And I walk in the room, and I notice as I'm walking in the room, it's a big room. There's an army of ants working there, people. There's an army of people working there, vacuuming, cleaning, wiping. And I'm saying to myself, I'm about 8 steps into the room when I realize I am walking in sop, as in the roof collapsed about 5 hours after the entire book fair left the house, okay? Now, you and I probably wouldn't be having this. I would not be having a radio show or anything else in the rare book world if when that happened, the roof caved in and the book fair was going on. True confession. Now it's public.
Well, I think it's clear to me that that this is definitely a segment that has.
Okay, I'm for it. I'm not shy. The only thing I don't like about this program so far is my backdrop.
Well, I just moved mine. I have a laptop, so I just threw some more books back there.
So that's a nice backdrop you have there. No. That's
I'm talking to
Thorne.
When I highlight you, it says "click to give props." And I've done it. I'm clicking you right now. It's a little picture that quickly comes on and seems to go away.
Yes, what happens there is that's applause basically. What I meant to do was give some of that to give props to Stephen for his story, and I got a little distracted there. But that's what that is. What will happen is as people come in, the protocol in this format is that when people come in and they are enjoying the program, they're enjoying what people are saying, then they start clicking on the hands, and the result is that they get the numbers go up.
I just made you a 21.
Wow. Yeah, where's mine?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
All right. So Thorne, how are you? You came to the Antiquarian book business from broadcasting. Right?
Not really. I was an investment guy. One of our investments was part of a TV station. My family's been in the printing business. We just celebrated 150 years, I think it was 2 years ago. Commercial printing, R.R. Donnelly's out of Chicago.
Chicago, R.R. Donnelly. I did not know that. That's your family.
So I had a little background.
Well known in the printing business.
I maintained a small ownership and it was a publicly traded company, and I was never on the board of directors or anything. I just kept a lot of contacts. I did some internship when I was in my 20s there, but then went on to other things. And basically, lucked into the antiquarian business. I had some property in West Palm Beach with another business, and we had to get a permit. So basically decided to open a bookstore to, I hate to use a term, but it's correct, scam the city of West Palm Beach. So we opened a little teeny bookstore to get a license to put my other business in. And it turns out the bookstore ate the other business. And I think I heard Steve mentioning the Colorado CABS, the Colorado Antiquarian Book Seminar. I was all of a sudden selling books fairly quickly, new books, because that's all I could think was I brought some of my books and I opened an account with Ingram. And then people started bringing me rare and collectible books, and a friend of mine gave me at least a 15-minute lecture on how to evaluate a book. Abe, here's a couple of books I should probably read. And somewhere along the line, somebody said, you might want to go to CABS in Colorado. And I went there, which was really quite nice. And while there, I met a guy named Terry Ballinger, who was the founder of the Rare Book School in, at the time, Columbia, and now at University of Virginia. So I managed to go there for a couple, and it just keeps growing like Topsy, and I'm having a grand time doing something I really like and getting reasonably good at it. So it's fun.
Oh, wonderful! Well, that we certainly enjoy your attendance at the Florida Antiquarian Book Fair. Hello, Larry Kellogg. Larry Kellogg has joined us.
I'm turning my
Welcome. Turn your mic on.
Love your background, Larry. Wow.
The other day we were testing this, and Larry was concerned. He thought he ought to clean his office, and I told him don't do anything to it because it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got it, Larry. I mean,
it looks fascinating.
For 20 minutes, I want to change my background right away. Don't change a thing, just add to it.
Especially him because he's cute.
So Larry, you have been part of the Florida Antiquarian Book Fair for many years.
I think the first year I got involved was the 10th anniversary year. No, maybe it's the 9th anniversary year.
So at least 25 years. So
but Stephen's longer than that.
And Stephen was telling you missed it, but you can watch it on the replay. Stephen was confessing to us about some of his early exploits in the antiquarian book fair business, and also related to book fairs specifically. So you'll be able to see some of that in the.
I think
replay.
Larry is one of the people that I've shared this story with about the roof collapsing after the book fair at the Marco Polo, and we were talking about that in the A.B. Bookman's tie. I'm sure I've told it to you. You know my innermost secrets. What can I say?
I wasn't there for the first couple of years. Were in Tampa, right, Stephen?
Yes, there was a location that was near an airstrip. It wasn't too far from planes landing or boats. Red brick building, standing alone.
It was the University of Tampa, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the building. I got a picture of what it looks like and what was around it. It was kind of not too far from the Hilton.
Didn't it go to the Hilton for a couple of years too?
Yeah.
The first
that
year
was before my time, I think.
The first year it was coming to St. Pete. It was going to be at the Hilton, and the Hilton wasn't finished yet, as I recall. And it was held at the top floor of an office building that was not quite finished.
I was a member, but I don't think I was exhibiting then.
Okay.
I remember two distinct locations with the possibility of a third. But if we were there and then we went to the location I'm thinking of and now at the Coliseum, then there wasn't a fourth. There were maybe three locations altogether. The Hilton and before.
Right.
The building I'm talking about, this red freestanding building, and then the Coliseum.
Well, I know some of this history because I did a thing on the at our 30th anniversary. I did some research into the history and learned that the first Antiquarian book fairs were held at the University of Tampa at the old Tampa Bay. The Plant Hotel in Tampa, and Mike Slicker tells the story that that presented some difficulties because it was a round room, and it's very hard to put rectangular booths in a round room. So that it presented some challenges. But
there weren't that many booths. I think there were only 20 dealers, or maybe 20.
So it's certainly grown, and I guess the progressive moves to different venues have been as a result of the growth of the show.
It was when it was at the Hilton, they moved then to the University of Tampa. They had a meeting room, and I think we could get 80 booths.
University of South Florida, the St. Petersburg campus, right?
What years would that be? Because that sounds like way before my time.
That would be the 11th year, maybe.
And that would be 34 years ago, plus 11, so we're in the 80s, I guess.
But the problem with that building, there was room for 80 dealers there. And that's about the time I got involved. I think I got involved with the last one at the Hilton. But the aisles were so narrow at the University of South Florida Bay campus that you couldn't, they were like 6-foot aisles, and then with the chairs in there. The fire marshal told us the last year we were there that he was about ready to close it down because there were too many people.
Too many people.
Problem to have.
Yeah.
What was the name of the other building that we were in prior to the Coliseum?
That was the University of South Florida Bay campus.
Did that building have a name? Was something building?
No, I don't think so. I think we just called it. The problem was no one knew it was there. And that was one of my arguments for going to the Coliseum. I said, everyone knows what the Coliseum is.
What is the? I'm hearing some interference there. What is it coming from?
I'm getting an echo.
So mine.
Okay. Wonder where that has come from.
Oh, I know what it is. The aliens are looking to us, and they want one of us to apply to be the first exhibitor at the Galactic Book Fair. No. There's a delay.
Gentlemen, let me tell you that. There's a crazy delay there.
Yeah.
One thing that may be helpful is if you have any kind of earbuds or earbuds.
I'm going to disconnect. You guys talking. The echo's still there. Are we still echoing?
All right.
Uh-oh.
Larry
just left. I think he'll be back.
The echo's still there.
The reason you saw me go away is I closed the door to my office. I had some customers, but I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Well, it's gone now.
Oh, it is.
Somebody being a wireless something.
Some sort of headphones are going to work better.
For me?
For everybody. If you have.
Give me a second. I'm going to go see if my headphones from the phone work. I can't use my headset.
While you're doing that, Stephen, just want to let everybody know that Sarah is trying to join us. Uh-oh.
Am I echoing? Yes.
I need to ask a question about the history of the Hilton. If we're just killing time here, anybody know?
Sure.
I always stay at the Hilton. I think it's my 4th or 5th year of having a booth at the fair. And I was talking last year to the manager, and he says that the top floor of the Hilton, one of you mentioned that the Hilton was under construction and we couldn't get in there, was originally bought or built for Hugh Hefner as his summer home before he bought his place in California. Is that a hotel legend, or do you think it might be true?
Have not heard that.
Yeah, apparently it would have been about 30 years ago, long before when that hotel was being built. That rather before he moved the mansion from Chicago, which is where my family is from, and the Playboy Mansion used to be about 3 blocks from where I used to live, and then they moved to California, and apparently they were saying when Playboy was still headquartered in Chicago, that he'd bought the top floor of the Hilton.
That's funny. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't heard that.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I have Sarah on the phone. She's basically making a remote report. I'm going to put her on speaker so you can hear her.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Clearly?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Ford, do you have your phone?
Not at this time. I never use it. I can quickly access.
The echo came up suddenly. Is it happening again?
Yeah. Say it again.
We were talking for about 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was, for quite a while, before the echo came up. Okay?
Right. I don't know what changed.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm asking, because everything was working fine. If you can hear me clearly, when I put these headsets on, it diminishes. I can't figure out what's wrong. There's something in the microphone or right now it works perfectly. But, yeah. So, all right, let's continue as is. When you said
Sarah was trying to sign into the platform. She's out in the field a long way away, but here she is here. And Sarah, I just put you on the screen so that they can see the phone that you're on and see your name. So if you speak, you're on speakerphone. We have Thorne Donnelly here and Stephen, and we had for a little bit, we had Larry, but Larry has disappeared for the moment, but I think he'll be back.
I have a philosophical, technical question.
It's a pleasure to join you all.
I'm sorry, say that again, Sarah?
It's a pleasure to join you all.
I could not understand you.
It's a pleasure to join you all.
She says it's a pleasure to join you.
It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you, Sarah.
I still don't have very much voice.
It's Steve Eisenstein. How are you? Hello?
Well, I'm not sure if this is working. At any rate, Sarah wanted to join us, and technical difficulties have prevented her from doing that. She did start to log in, but then the system said it was looking for this session and was not able to find it.
I asked.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
At some point, she will join us, but probably not for this broadcast.
I asked this question out of ignorance and coincidence. Could her having tried to log on at the moment we had the echo and establishing an account have done anything to do with the sound splitting? I only ask.
Highly unlikely.
Okay.
I think it's most likely that that we're getting feedback from somewhere. We're getting the feedback that's causing that.
Okay,
echo.
that's random signals that we have no control over.
Alan,
Perhaps.
the
I'm
beta,
not sure.
it says it's blab beta. How long has this platform been in existence?
Only really about maybe 10 weeks.
Okay, well, then obviously they'll keep improving it if it's a success.
Oh yeah, they definitely will. They, I think when I log on, it says that I have been a member for 21 days, and I think I joined it somewhere when they were about at, I don't know, 4 weeks, 5 weeks maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but it's brand new. It is, and they're still working the kinks out. Only last week or probably just. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Only last week, I think, or the week before, did they categorize the sessions so that you could find things easier. They had only about 3 categories before, and now they've divided up so that you have a lot more, and you have areas that it makes it a lot easier to find things. And only within probably the last week or so have they put these. You can see on the screen. You can see your name and your connection to whatever. You can see those, and that's new too.
Yeah.
They are, and I think it's a welcome improvement. They continue to make those kinds of improvements. In fact, every time I have the app on my iPad, and every time I log into it on my iPad, it wants to give me a new update.
Okay, well, that's progress. That's a good thing.
Yes, so they are almost daily making changes to the platform. So, and they are monitoring how people are using it. So as they monitor it, they recognize places that they can make changes and do things that will improve the whole experience.
I don't want to make Stephen feel like a dinosaur, but yesterday I saw an announcement that yesterday 1 billion people logged into Facebook, which is equal to approximately 1/7 of the entire human race. I'm not sure about that statistic at all. These people need to live a life.
Now here,
how many books? There weren't 1 billion books published. Was it 170 million books over the history of time? So more people logged into Twitter since it's been around than the number of books that have been published in history. Okay, all right. Well, I got that fact off the internet somewhere.
In some ways, I guess that tells you the power of this whole thing.
I never underestimated the power of it. Once I realized what it did and realized I was too late, just like I said, on the program today, the learning ability through the AB Bookman's Weekly is not there in the same way. And I think it was a much easier way to learn in the AB than what we were talking about. The way we defined it was research by need to know. When I saw that versus the computer, I thought it was a very double-edged sword and was cutting too hard one way. And I never thought it would last. Oh, well, been wrong before.
These things happen. I see we have 4 screens, which is, I assume, the total number of actual participants we could have. Yet we could, I assume, have a million viewers. Is that correct?
Yes, we can have 4 participants, and then as you see over on the side, you see this ongoing
I see that.
Conversation going on the side. Any number of people can enter the event, and you'll see their icons across the top. the screen, and then they will have the opportunity to type in during the conversation. Then, as they somebody change something. I'm hearing feedback again.
Same thing. I'm not saying I hear the echo. You're echoing.
Sarah, I'm going to let you off.
Is that all right?
Is that all right?
Yeah.
You know what?
I just want to check.
I just want to check to find out. I'll call you back in a minute, but I just want to find out if it's contributing to the feedback you're getting.
All right.
All right.
All right.
We got to hide.
Okay, so now I've signed her off,
but I'm still hearing
that.
It's a delay.
It's a delay.
About two microphones, wireless microphones in the same area, canceling each other out. That's not it. Back to the problem. It's to have recurred twice now. We don't know what the core.
No, we don't.
But it's going. It goes and comes. So
perhaps that's something that's involved with.
Okay, let's just do a systems check. I'm coming in on
blab. You're recording. Jump in and tell us what's happening.
I'm coming in on a Mac laptop, updated completely, very new model, going through a high-speed Comcast, a wireless internet, which I have no problems with. So that's what my equipment is.
You're loud and clear.
You not only
are you loud and clear, but there's no reverb from you
now.
Okay, what I'm going to do
is let's see.
Let me turn this down.
It sounds like.
Can you hear me now?
Probably
can't hear me now. I have to have it on for you.
Okay.
I'm still getting that. Steven, turn something off and
I'll tell you what. I am disconnected. Now I can't hear you guys.
That's not
going to work because you have to hear us. And two, we're still getting an echo.
We are still getting an echo.
I'm back in. Okay.
I got that wrong the first time.
I got it.
All right, so let's see who else.
Do we have?
We have Michael Grief.
Michael,
you are SharePoint. You're talking about real way of work. Okay. You're welcome to jump in. We're just testing out the system. And if you'd like to jump in, you're welcome to. It looks like you've left already. Okay, well, all right. So, well, now that's disappeared. That delay sound.
Okay, I know what I did on my end. If I was the causation of an overlapping frequency modulation, or however you describe it, I moved my speaker away from the laptop. Let's see if it recurs again.
That would probably have done it.
Okay, but it's wireless. It's not cordless. It's not a cordless speaker. It's a hardwired speaker. Well, if that's it, then I won't put it near there again. If it comes up again, we'll troubleshoot again.
All right. Well, I don't know what happened to Larry. He disappeared and he hadn't.
I have a question. Edie wants to listen to this on her iPad. What I do is tell her to go to blab.im, click on blab.im. Does she have to have an account, or she can just get in there like that?
I think that from what I've seen, where it says that you can, no thanks, I'll just continue to lurk. I think she may be able to listen without building it. And I'd like to know that. So if she'd like to do that, that would be an interesting
we can't. There's a problem. I have to do it, and I'm not sure I can on her laptop. You know my ignorance problem. I will try it off air, and next time we get on air in the warm up, I'll have known it, because I can't. It's going to take me 40 minutes to sit with that laptop and figure out what I have to do. I mean, if I could do it now, I would, but I know I'm going to have to experiment.
I'm going to the Apple Store right now. I'm seeing if there actually even is an app for this.
Well, we don't need the app. We just need. You know what? Can you get me a Google search?
There is an app for it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. The problem is, I don't know. She can't pull up the search bar, and I've never tried. So
it's pretty easy download here.
All right, I'll tell you what.
If she goes to, she's got a Mac, right?
All right, one of you guys walk me.
She's got an iPad. Oh, she got an iPad. Okay, well, just go to the Apple Store.
Say that again.
Go to the Apple Store and download the Blab app. It's very easy.
There's nothing I should be doing now, though, right?
Go to the Apple Store.
The only problem is...
you mean go to the Apple Store in the laptop?
Yeah.
Right.
App Store. Okay. I am clicking. Right. You know how this goes. Alan, work with me on this, okay? I clicked on App Store. Now what? Well, you can't see this with the glare.
You have to do a search for Blab.
Is there a search?
And be careful, because there's one that comes up that has cartoons all over it, and that's not
right. Well, that's what it looks like. I have, I don't know, everything from cartoons to whatever. But wait a minute, there's a search bar. If I want to write, see, what I want to do is
put in Blab.
All right, wait, go ahead. I see it.
Live
Give me a second.
Type in.
I got the keyboard up. What am I putting in?
Blab live streaming.
All right, wait a minute. All one word?
No.
Blab word live screening. All right, hold on a second. I'm not good at this.
Okay, it looks like somebody's come back. Larry's come back. Okay. So come on in, Larry. There he is.
There is Larry.
Larry, you're back. Welcome back. Circus Kellogg.
Is the echo gone?
Lab, yeah.
We think that
Blab live screening at what?
Live streaming.
Got it. SCREENING at what?
No. Streaming.
STREAMing. Gotcha. Wait a minute.
Streaming. And then if you do a search on that, you should get to the
give me the letters after the dot from streaming.
There's no dot. Just you're searching that in the
green.
Yes. Now I'm hearing a little bit of an echo, but did you just turn something off, Larry? Okay. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo somewhere, but it's probably Stephen's speaker still.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just took the speaker out. I can't hear you guys. Why don't I play with this for a few minutes, and you guys keep talking and tell me if the echo comes up.
All right, we'll do that.
I'll try for myself. Any echo from me?
No. Sounds fine.
Earlier, everyone was echoing.
Yes, but I think it was coming from that the speaker, because Stephen said he had the speaker close to his microphone. He moved it close to his microphone. I think that was probably what's causing it.
I don't think he realized the microphone is still live. We can hear him.
Okay, well, it doesn't come in.
It is, and we can hear him. We can hear you, Stephen.
I'll go to the Apple Store.
He won't be looking up though.
Well,
So some of the
Stephen, Alan, are you planning on having? I think you said something about a Wednesday show or something like that.
Yes. We're planning to do Wednesday at 3:00, and this will be really the first live show, the real show, and we hope to have folks from the Georgia Antiquarian book fair and book and paper fair, I think it's called. That happens next weekend. So we want to, hopefully we'll have an opportunity to talk with them. I know Mike is going up there. Mike Slicker is going up there. And there may be some other people going as well. I'm not sure.
Well, that'd be good to have this then, because it could Stephen's new radio show picking up some traction here. It's getting advertisers, a lot of call-ins.
Yes.
I believe I've only listened about 4 or 5 times. It conflicts. I'm also at my bookstore, so sometimes it conflicts. But he said he's been there 26 weeks. As far as I can tell, he's really the only antiquarian radio show that seems to be out there. And
I think that's true. I think he's a pioneer in that whole area, and I think that it's great that he's doing that.
And I think the antiquarian, at least is what I'm knowing, we seem to be. It's a fairly active. It's not the internet industry, but it's still growing and popular. There's a lot of people. Heritage Auction seems to be selling a lot of books. There's still a lot of stuff going on. It's just I think a couple of these situations might be very good for all of us.
I think it will. I think you're absolutely right. The one of the topic that we want to make for Wednesday's program, for the first program, is we're using the line, is the Antiquarian Book Fair a thing of the past?
Oh, okay. I hope not.
And of course, but the answer is, of course, it is a thing of the past. It always has been. That's what it's about, the past. But you're right. Hopefully, in the other sense, it is not a thing of the past. And there's every indication when you look at book fairs around the country, there's every indication that it is not a thing of the past. Indeed, it is that book fairs are something that are going strong, and that we're continuing to see an interest in antiquarian books. Not just antiquarian books, but collectibles of all kinds, and I think that continues. Larry, what's your sense in that area?
Well, of course, our book fair that we have is probably one of the most successful, because it's always full. There's usually a waiting list. The spring is a good time to come to Florida.
Yes, truly.
Definitely.
Northern dealers.
I had some dealers tell me, I guess it was a couple of years ago, that I was doing interviews with some of the dealers to use for promotional videos, and I had some of them tell me that they had come down from the Northeast and they had spared themselves. I think that year they were having a huge storm up in the Northeast, and they had managed to spare themselves that. Not only that, but they came down here and they went on vacation. So after coming to the book fair, then they went on vacation, and they were able to enjoy Florida and spend a lot of time wandering around the state and enjoying what the beaches and the amenities of Florida.
A lot of
college for a couple of years in Iowa. And
a lot of
pointed out to me that nobody ever vacations in Iowa.
I guess that's true.
Hey, can I interrupt a second? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you perfectly. We could hear you even when you couldn't hear us.
Okay. I thought you shouldn't have said that out loud. No. All right, so I'm going to experiment with something, but this works for now. I could do that another time. I just want to find a comfortable set of headphones, and somewhere in lots of stores I've picked up a lot of variations. I don't like these in particular, but it's all right. We can fiddle with that later.
But yes, that works. That works because it gives you the sound that you need, and we're not getting any.
No more echo. Okay, so it was. Sorry about that.
Good.
Let me throw this out the bay window here. No, I'm.
You don't want to be polluted.
That might be more drastic than you need.
No. I never. We all have broken something, but if I always break something, if I'm angry, I make sure it's not expensive.
All right.
Or at least it's insured.
Yeah, see that one. I got angry again.
I must admit, I shipped about 70 or 80 books yesterday, which was right before our supposed hurricane here. And my manager asked if I wanted to insure them, and it came out with a resounding yes. It's a hurricane.
Who did the rapping, I ask?
Michelle did.
Okay, yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. Delegate. Be a good delegator.
77 books that went to New York and then one to Switzerland. So I supervised. I'm good at that.
When I first started shipping books moons ago, a friend of mine taught me a system that probably for the first, 10 years of book selling, I never bought a wrapper in my life. This guy showed me, he said, here's a beer box, watch this. And like one of those painters that do the velvet paintings in Mexico, in 2 seconds you have a painting. He took a beer box, a razor knife, and in 2 seconds there was the most neatly wrapped book box out of a beer box you ever want to see. So,
all right.
Yeah, no, so it's good to be able to delegate.
It's an art.
It's an art form, yeah. Let's have who can make the best book box. We should have a talent contest at the book fair one year. I just throw that out. Throw it out.
Well, there was an impromptu concert a few years ago. Two of the dealers, one played a fiddle, and the other, what did she play? I want to say a harpsichord kind of thing, I think. And and they were doing mountain. I'm sorry,
a concertina, the old sailboat thing, where they.
Well, maybe that's what it was. I have it on video somewhere. In fact, I think I posted it on the book fair site. But all of a sudden, in the middle of the afternoon, I think it was on. It might have been on Sunday in the afternoon. But at any rate, all of a sudden they decided to burst into song, and the two of them they were dealers who came from different parts of the country, I think, but they knew each other. And they just joined together, and all of a sudden there was this music coming, and the crowd gathered around, and sales stopped for about 20 minutes.
That's not a good idea.
I remember this. But, it was like Georgia music they were playing.
Georgia music.
Yeah,
yes. Georgia mountain music.
Yeah, I remember that.
At any rate, that was kind of a nice break for the afternoon, and people seemed to enjoy it. They had a crowd gathered around them, and they got a nice applause at the end of it.
Even if the idea was good today when it wasn't many years ago, I always wanted to have a doo-wop group on that stage, but they're not alive anymore. I saw a special on the opening song for the radio show is Who Wrote the Book of Love by the Monotones. So,
yes, I was thinking that was your song. That's your song.
Yeah,
now.
I love doo-wop music. To me, when I drive in the car, when I was a road warrior, there were two kinds of things that I listened to on air. It was either a talk show or doo-wop music if I could find the station. So one day in the last month, I think it was, I was listening to WLRN on public, television. And sure enough, just as I hit that moment in the program, here are these 6 black guys from Brooklyn, the Monotones, doing Who Wrote the Book of Love. I couldn't believe I saw it. I mentioned it on the program the next day. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, okay. That was such peaceful music. I mean, if you think about that music, what was the worst thing that ever happened in a doo-wop rock and roll song? The answer to that rhetorical question is this: in J. Frank Williams' song "Last Kiss," if the words of the song were translated into a scenario, it would be they got stuck on the railroad track. She went back to the car to look for the ring.
Oh, yeah.
The train came and took her in the ring for a ride. But fate, if I'm not perpetuating a myth, fate took J. Frank Williams' life in a car crash with a train about 2 weeks later, because the guy that did the song was J. Frank Williams and the Zodiacs. And supposedly he died in a train car crash 2 weeks after the song.
Oh my
God.
God.
If it means anything else, if you're ever on Jeopardy, remember where you heard it. The last song.
And we should split
I'll
the
take
winning
10%,
right?
like a book dealer's finder's fee. That's all right. Trade discount, something like that. Now, the last doo-wop rock and roll song before the Beatles was Randy and the Rainbows, Denise. It was climbing to number one. The Beatles came in, and rock and roll was never the same.
I just noticed something, Alan. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. I have a light sitting right. I have lights right on top of me. My face is quite old, but bright. Alan, you seem pretty good. Steve,
I should actually light things better.
Watch this.
Is this
This is the difference between a shade between me and the window. You're absolutely
when I'm commenting on it, Larry here seems on my camera is very fuzzy.
He looks like he's also fuzzy but dark.
There's no light in this
room. There shouldn't be. It'll.
Well, there's one above me, behind me.
Yeah, and probably
side,
a light in front of you would illuminate you better, wouldn't it?
And there isn't one on the other side.
There should never be a bright light in that room. You'll fade stuff.
Well, let me see if I can do this.
Guys, you guys know me. This is not on air. This is on air, but it's a rehearsal. I'm going outside for a cigarette. I can't hold on anymore. I skipped my after show cigarette. I'll be right back.
You're actually allowed to do that.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to send out a bad message.
One of the things about this,
I'm not clicking out unless somebody wants to click in. I don't want to have to reboot.
Okay, well, just stay there, and you're fine for the moment.
Okay, I got to walk outside. I'm not cordless.
One of the things that, did you add a light there, Larry?
Well, I was trying to open the blinds. There's a window on the other side of the monitor.
Oh, okay. One of the things that is, well, I didn't know that was a door over there, and his.
Where?
And he just went out the door.
Right.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was the door. All right.
Looking the other way, I've been in that apartment. Looking that door is going back outside. The other side, where like we would be sitting, that overlooks Miami Harbor, the water.
See, what he would be better off to do is turn everything around and have the harbor behind.
I think, his computer's at a desk that's kind of hard. I don't know. We'll have to see what he can do.
We'll mention that to him because he was worrying about his background, so that would set his background off from everybody else's because nobody else is going to have that kind of view probably.
His background is almost as messy as mine.
Your background is fascinating. In fact, the other day when we were testing this, Larry got up and he walked back there and he picked up something from back there. And would you do that again, show Thorne?
Well, actually, since then I hung it. It's in the upper right-hand corner, the blue background poster.
Oh, it is indeed. I see it up there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got that on eBay last week.
A couple of people sitting out by Teresa, and she wants me to ask her tell me
so
something.
Even while you were
figure
out,
it out at the end. It doesn't really matter.
I don't think he can hear us yet. There we go.
you can't hear us. Stephen, while you were out, we all took a vote, and we decided that what you need to do with your background is turn your computer and everything all the way around so that we can see your magnificent view of the bay.
Okay, wait a minute.
And those nice pants.
Hey, I was shirtless the other day. I'm sorry, Al. Hold on.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're testing this. We were testing this the other day, and
I'm nervous to pick this up.
It was the first time that Stephen had been on this platform, and at the very first moment, he clicks it on, and he's sitting there, and he looks like he's sitting there naked, and he stood up and showed that he had shorts on, and then and I think it was a shock to him that suddenly here he is, open to the world. It's something that we have to get used to use this platform.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I mean, come on. As an entertainment director, I did costume changes every day and was extremely appearance conscious. You know, in my I guess I'm not semi-retired anymore. I have to make a public appearance. We're conscious of it. The background to me is very important. Yeah. I love you guys. You guys, I love. Al, yours, you know, I know you're going to put more book fair stuff, or, you know, I see the book fair poster there now.
As a matter of fact, I'm working on a logo for the for Rare Book Cafe.
I have a camera here. I just saw a customer. I have to go talk to him, so I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
bring the customer on.
I'm working. I'm working on a logo for Rare Book Cafe, and that on Wednesday that'll be up there behind me.
What language? What language do you see the font in?
I'm going to do it in Old English.
Oh, we're on the exact same page. It's just what I was going to say if you didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to do it in Old English, and I'm working with the colors, but I'm trying to get some burgundies and gold and burgundy and some of the things that just look like old fine bindings.
Oh yeah.
Did you find out any more about adding topics? And can you?
I've got to get a drink. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. The short answer is no. I poked around to try to find if there was a place where they were accepting those, and it doesn't look like they are. But I think probably what the solution is that they will. There will be. I think they'll have an opportunity to send suggestions, and maybe a place to do that. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure that there's someplace somewhere.
I was Googling to try to find any place where you could talk to the people who put up Blab, and that's where I found that article I sent you. Is that not even related to this Blab?
The article
I sent you
by email. When did you send it?
Yesterday, or day before yesterday, maybe. Let me find it.
Okay,
I'll resend it.
When I went to look to yesterday, when I Googled the word blab, there comes up a whole bunch of various derivatives of the word. So you told me it was blab.im. I actually had 2 or 3 other chat sites that were coming up. That's why I asked you. I called you. I couldn't tell what's going on.
Yes.
Somebody created an app, in fact, that is under the Blab name that is not this. It looked like it's a kids game or something.
I just found it in the Apple Store. It's totally. Hold it. Let me show you here. It's probably this one right here. Yeah. Well, let's go back here. I don't know if it's. If you can see this little purple one here, over here, is that the one that's a kid's one?
No, the purple one that's on the far right, that's
us?
Yes, that's us, yes. But there's one that's more colorful that has multiple colors in it. It looks like a little cartoon. Of course, that looks like a little cartoon too, I guess. But that is the one that is not it. I haven't figured out what that character is.
It looks like
It looks like
lot.
an easily disturbed serial killer.
yeah, or yin yang in purple. That really looks like the sign to rewind your video.
It does, doesn't it? My wife is very dubious about this whole thing, and she thinks that I was watching that some of the things that were going on. She says there are very, very strange people on there.
Well, she's absolutely right. It's kind of spooky.
It is. There are, but it's like anything else. I think it's like the world in general. There's spooky areas that you don't go, and then there's areas that you feel perfectly comfortable in. So
we should identify ourselves as like, we're a non-religious, non-political. It doesn't matter what. Identify ourselves that we're non-religious, non-political, non-musical. We are informative.
but I don't think I don't think we can say that we're non-musical because you were singing earlier.
Yeah,
But
but
besides that, you were offering trivia history of doo-wop. So how can
all right, we're musical, but we're not musical with a commentary about the music. I just
I
like
saw Edie walking around
All right.
in the background.
But
Here she's
We
coming.
we need to make ourselves
There she
stand
is.
down.
There's Edie. Hey, Edie.
Hey, Edie, say hi.
Hey, Edie, stay
Hello,
dressed.
Everybody
I'm
says
looking
hi.
forward to being able to be on with
She
you
looks
guys.
forward to being able to be on with you guys down the
Oh,
road.
good. Were you able to download the app?
I did exactly what you said, streaming, and
Right.
it didn't recognize. It does not recognize if I remember the symbol, and I entered it a couple of times.
Did you find?
Didn't get anything. I got it. After I typed it in on the keyboard and I went to search, to enter, join, it came up with a magnifying glass, and I forgot what the tagline was, but I
You
couldn't
see
do
that
it.
symbol? You see that?
No, I got a blank screen.
You have a blank screen.
Well, hold on, Edie. Can you hand me the laptop, please? I'll show you. I'll go right through it again. It was Blab live streaming. Am I remembering it right?
One word.
One word or
we have.
3 words?
3 words.
That's what I did.
We can all
Wait,
give them a.
Okay, wait a minute. There's your notes. All right, I am going in. 1, 2. I'm not back in a minute. Okay. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. I did. All right.
You're on the air.
All right. Yeah. All right. You're right.
Well, he's
Okay,
looking.
Lab. All right.
You-
This is what I have. This is what I've got.
Right, but that's
Okay. Now there's a search bar up here, and I'm going to enter into the search bar.
not right.
Okay, and I am entering into the search bar now. BLAB space LIVE space STREAMING. That's it, right? Now search, right? Search. Says search, right? No results for Blab live streaming. What if I put in Rare Book Cafe?
You're not gonna find it in that search.
Just go to
Okay.
blab.im.
But try
Back to-
another thing.
Okay, wait. Go ahead. Wait. Give me. Where am I starting from? The App Store, or go to a Google search bar?
go to the Google. Well, go to go to Google search bar.
All right. Wait a minute. Oh shit. No. All right. Wait a minute.
Let me see what you get if you do that.
Just a minute. I don't know if it's here. Usually, when I do Google, I get my email in the search bar at the same time. What icon would I be looking at here? Anybody?
I don't understand the question.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know how to ask good questions about it.
Just
If
go
it's the truth.
to-
Go to the Apple Store.
go to
No,
Google.
we want to see if it works now. That's the thing. Okay, let me experiment for a second. Hold on. No, that's not working. Okay. If I don't, there's FaceTime, calendar, photos, camera, videos, map, clock, contacts, notes, reminders, photo booth, game center, books, app store, tunes, newsstand, settings, extras, music,
Right.
Safari, mail,
Those are all the apps that are on your.
Right. Which one am I going to
iPad.
get to a search bar from?
Go to Google.
Google.
Well, there is no Google on this one.
Well, look for Chrome then.
I know where it is on my laptop. I'm not that bad. No, it was never put in. Chrome was never put in.
Well, I think you should still be able to get it from. Let me look in the App Store and see if I can.
Yeah, I just went to the App Store, search, type blab is the first one up, bang, done. Myself took me 1 30 seconds. I don't know why you're searching. Just go to the App Store and do it.
Well, then just try that. Don't put anything else in. Just put blab in the Apple Store. Do a search in the Apple Store and just put blab. See if it comes up.
All right, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Wait, I gotta X out the old one. Okay. Just put in blab or blab.im.
Just blab.
Just blab, just the word B-L-A-B. I got it within seconds.
Okay. Search. Loading. Here we go. Now I got this. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Tell me what you want me to do.
None of those logos look right.
No, none of them are.
Does
it give you a second page of them?
Yeah, but it's more. It sounds like that comic thing you were talking about. More of the same. I know what I'm looking for now. It is not on this page.
Let me go in there and see what I get.
Guys,
just for the hell of it, I'm going to try blab.im.
Gentlemen, we have to close a little early today. And I'm actually at my bookstore at work. So
okay.
I'm going to have to sign off here a little bit, a couple of minutes.
Do what you got to do, Don. I'll hang in for a little bit with you, Al. I'm exhausted, but I'm curious here.
All right. Well, Thorne, thank you for joining us. I hope that you can join us at 3:30 on Wednesday.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I just put you in here for my calendar, and I had the wrong time. So let's go to this again. Hold on, I'm sorry. I had you in at 12, so it's 3:30. I'm sorry.
3:30 on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, I got that.
And then what our plan is to do it every Wednesday and Saturday. We'll do Wednesday, and both of them at well, we might do the. We actually ought to consider doing the Saturday one at 2:30, I think, because
you just
3:30
is
probably too later than Stephen needs about a half hour or so to regroup from his radio show, and then we'll do it at 2:30.
So
yeah, because I got to tell you,
I will do my very best to come in on this Wednesday at 3:30. I'll do like I did today. Come in about 5 minutes early.
Okay, great.
Talk to you later.
Thank you for participating, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
I'm assuming I have an X in my upper right-hand corner. That's the goodbye button?
Yes, and I can hit you, and it'll make you go out, or you can hit yourself and make it bye.
Okay, the one thing about 2:30, it's never going to be able to be earlier. I have to, in order to get rid of that chip so we can talk, I have to completely shut down, restart.
Right.
A few other things that I have to do in the first, 15 minutes after the show, 10 minutes. I'm still on with him debriefing. So, all right, yeah. So 2:30 is good.
Is 3:30 doable?
No,
or
2:30 Saturday at 3:30 is fine. I mean, Saturday at 2:30 or 3:30. Which one are you saying?
I was saying that we originally had it set at 3:30, but I was thinking that moving it to 2:30.
Yes, that's what I wrote down. Saturday 2:30, Wednesday 3:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Wednesday 3:30.
So
Um,
what else do we need to
Okay.
ponder, my friend?
I think we're good. I'm looking to see what results I get if I do Blab in the
Okay.
App Store.
I tried everything on that. We're just going to go up to the AT&T store and have them show us and put it in much
Yeah,
easier.
let on, please.
Yeah, of course. And next time I want to test out different headsets. This is too short a leash for me. I just don't understand why my wireless headphone wouldn't work on this. But it doesn't.
I'll give you some insight into that too. I get the same the same results you did by putting Blab in, so they're going to be able to find it. I forget what I had to do to finally get it, but they should be able to find it. So and put it onto your machine.
Yeah, okay, no, not a problem. Not a problem. I'm just trying to think. Now, when do I got to establish a routine with this. So do I put my Logi chip back in now or Thursday? I'm going to have to put it back in now. Yeah, okay, no, that's my question to myself, Al. Just because once I see I've done it before the program next week and we run a sound check with the studio, like I said I was going to do, and I see that everything works the way it's supposed to, then I just wouldn't put it back in until Thursday. But that's just in my own head, out loud. So talk to me. What else?
All right. Well, I think we're good. I sent you an email that has an outline of some suggested topics. If you are able to take a look at that and add to it and bring your thoughts about that, and I think that it will be useful to have a topic.
On the radio.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. Okay. No. You just said something. When you called today, I was on air. Not a problem. I didn't get a chance. You were talking about the email. That's what it was. I will respond to it, but usually from 10:30 on, I don't do anything but get ready for the program. So it's just an overlapping time thing at the moment. That's why I shouted out to you.
I did not. Well, I appreciate you doing that, and that I think that worked out well. But I did not expect that you would answer. I expected that Edie would answer.
No, she didn't know. She always wants to hand me the phone, so it's not a problem. Just not a problem. Anyway, so when do you want? When do we need to talk again? Do we need to hook up on Wednesday at 3:30, 3:15 or so? Or do you want to touch base during the week if anything comes up?
I think it would be useful, like on Monday, perhaps, to particularly if in the meantime I've contacted some other people and they want to do come on here just to experiment with it, then we could plan to do that.
Monday, dependent on no problem.
And,
we will touch base in between programs. That'll be just a standard routine. The only reason I'm hesitant on Monday is, as I told you, I got a condominium situation coming up that's going to be really ugly, and Monday is launch day for all that. And we just battened down the pool decks and stuff for the for the storm. If we get it or not, we had to do the work anyway. So if you don't hear from me on Monday, or if you talk to me Monday and I'm in a fizz, understand, my friend, it's not you. Okay, it's not you. It's
Sure. Well, it may be that we'll be out of commission here anyway, depending on what happens with the storm.
True. I asked this because we were mentioning this when I was talking to Steve, who is the program director at WDBF. Do you know a guy named Steve Kimmerling, Captain Hook Music? He said he knew you. You guys have shared drinks together. Do you have a TV program on cruise ships? Yeah,
A TV program on a cruise ship?
Travel or cruises or something?
Not a TV program.
Do you have a program? Not a TV. Do you do any kind of program about cruise ships?
Well, my my sister and brother-in-law run a travel agency in Sarasota, and I've done some stuff with them. But no, I don't have
Okay,
a
no, he
program
said
of
he
any kind.
met you. You guys had shared drinks together. I thought you guys, it's interesting. You're both in the same. Yeah,
it's
no,
possible.
that's what I was asking, because he wasn't sure if it was you or not, and he said you had something to do with a cruise program. So I was just asking out of curiosity.
Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law have a show called, or a program, or what am I saying? A company called Cruise One Travel, and it's a franchise, and they do cruises, set up cruises and trips, travel for people all over, really any place in the world. And I'm thinking that maybe we may have met through.
Yeah. Okay.
that.
No, not just curious, because the more
Entirely possible.
harmony, the more networking, the more everything. I thought it was great that you guys did know each other, even though you don't realize you may know each other right now. That's all. Just
That's true. Yep.
So. All right, I will.
Well, give him my regards.
I will talk to you on Monday or Tuesday as it goes. If I don't hear from you on Monday, you'll hear from me on Tuesday.
Okay, and we will plan to broadcast next Wednesday on at 3:30 next Wednesday right here on
the Rare Book Cafe.
Rare Book Cafe.
We'll see you all next week.
And
Take care.
All right.
Thanks. It's a pleasure working with you. We will see you. We will
Likewise.
see you in the next day or so. I am hitting the X.
Super.
Mr. Stern,
All right.
what do you think of this talent show? See you later.